Greetings, Divine Radiance. I am about to go ahead and log on live over on Facebook, so just give me a moment. Let's see. How are you doing today? Getting us live on Facebook. 1 second. Okay, greetings, Divine Radiance. How are you doing today? I am Nahkila Isha of Ashworth Life Sculpting. I'm a divine interpreter, interpreting messages and methods from the divine to empower you to create and live an abundant life. So welcome for those of you that are joining us on Facebook and YouTube. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Prakita. How are you? How are you? So literally, I'm going to invite you all, as always, to join us over on YouTube, because that's where I will be on reading the comments and communicating with you there. I'll be checking in periodically on Facebook, but Rakita, you are the first person on. So I am going to do your personal card. So like each week, the first person on, I pull a card for them individually. So for Rakita, take that one. Okay. Rakita, you got the balance card. Balance. And what's her message? I just heard it's time for her to balance work, life, play. It's time for her to dig deep and determine what she's really choosing for her life. And to go after it with no regard to the what ifs that don't serve her highest good. It's time for her to allow herself to be free from doubt. I'm also hearing from misery and from people that create misery in your life. It's time for you to really tap in to your inner divinity and be who you came here to be. You're doing a great job being on track, but there's more that can be done. And that more comes when you learn to create balance and find balance in your life. I'm just hearing it's time for you to get off the ski slope. Spinning your wheels fast, but not really seeing much results. It's because your balance is a bit off. But you have what it takes to get in balance. So just be aware of the areas in your life that could use the improved balance and adjust your cells accordingly. Okay, thank you. So that was your message, Brakita. How are you? How are you? I say, oh, and why was I shuffling again? Is this for the group? Okay. So I'm just gonna, you're so welcome. I'm just gonna give everyone a little more time to get on. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Quita. Hi, Erica. I am going to share with you all the link to YouTube so you can join us over there. That is where I'll be reading the comments. We're just gonna wait to get started, give everyone a little more time to join us. Let me just log in and okay. So here's the link here. So if you all have not already subscribe to the YouTube channel, please do, because aside from our Wednesday live and power hour, I do the monthly general spirit messages for your astrological sign. And I just recently started doing the love reading. So all of the water signs and fire signs have been uploaded for the love reading. And literally all of the signs for October and November's message have been uploaded for just your general. So take a peek so you don't miss anything. Subscribe and ding the bell so as things get posted, you get a notification. So the link is in the comments for the YouTube. So go ahead and join us there. Hey, Melissa, thank you so much. Okay, and just so you guys know, those of you that are new, first of all, welcome. But also, whenever there's the first person on, I do a personal card for the first person to join. So today it was Rakita. And there's someone else over here on YouTube with this. Who's on? If you can leave a comment and let me know who you are. Hey, honey. Ganesh is on my lap. I don't know. Let me see if you guys can say hi. Look, say hi. Look, Nash. No, no highs? Okay, fine. He liked to just sit on mommy's lap. It's fine. Go ahead. So, welcome, welcome. Now, oh, Quita, that's you. At first I was like, okay, now who is Soul Sister? So, and I was like, oh, wait, that's Quita. I just subscribed to your channel the other day. So, how is everyone doing today? How are you all feeling? I'm going to go see what you guys are saying over here. Hi, Lo. Welcome. Welcome. I'm going to share with you the YouTube link so that you can join us over there. Ooh, Quita says she sees much today. I'm sure Ganesh has been seeing a whole lot. Like, I was telling you about the other day when I got out of the shower and he was just looking and I could feel the energy on my shoulder, and he sees a lot more. You know, I know, you know, but for those of you that don't know, the veil gets really thin around this time of year. And like now he's looking over my shoulder. I can always see when my cat is seeing spirits because he's like, you know, and so there's been a lot of activity. There's been a lot of activity, Lots going on in here. So yeah, he's always kind of looking around. I'm just like, what do you see? You know, I hear, but let me see. Hi, Mom. Good morning. So Burkita said, I felt really aligned, but now I'm questioning because of the card. Well, I would say don't necessarily question in the sense of doubting that you're aligned. I would say connect with spirit to find out specifically what this balance card is all about. Now, again, it could be something to warn you for what's coming. So if you're feeling aligned and there's movement going on, whether it's in your life or your business, well, spirit could be telling you to make sure you stay balanced, make sure that your balance practice is strong so that as things start to pick up, you don't fall out of balance. So what I would say is, you know, whenever you receive from a psychic, a reading, don't allow the information to make you doubt what you already feel is accurate. It's mostly for you to say, okay, well then let me explore that spirit. What is this, you know? And of course, with me, when I do personal readings, you don't have to do that because I'll tap in and be like, okay, spirit, you would tell me that. I say, okay, well, what is this? What exactly are you saying to her? You know, and you'd get that information in a personal reading. But whenever you get something that makes you kind of question, just go within and ask spirit, like, okay, what is this, you know? Because the card, the individual card, is not a deep personal reading. It's just a quick message for you for, you know, as a thank you for joining, being the first one on. Rikita said, okay, great advice. I dig a little deeper. You're dope, honey. Oh, thank you so much. I'm a reflection of you and you are a reflection of me. So thank you. Rita said, there's a lot happening around you in this now. It's beautiful as you. Oh, thank you. You know what? Yeah, Ganesh, at first I was kind of like, why are you running from me? Like, don't run from mommy. It's mommy. But the other day, like, he wouldn't even let me touch him. But it wasn't like a fear, you know. I was waiting for him to hiss the way he was running, but it was more like curious. Like he'd run and he'd hide behind something. He kind of looked, but he was looking around me. So yeah, it's really, really thin. And something that came up in our REM group session last night was releasing fear, unconscious fears that we aren't aware of. So let's start with our breathing, and then I'm going to share that with you. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do our breathing really quick. So those of you that are new, again, welcome. And what we do every Wednesday Live Empower Hour is we take a moment to just close our eyes, breathe in through the nose, visualizing and feeling that you're breathing in love and light, and then breathing out of the mouth, exhaling, releasing all that no longer serves you. And if there's something specific that you're choosing to release, then focus on that being the specific thing you're releasing. And as you're doing that, I'll be sending you Reiki. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with that. So inhale through your nose, love and light. And release. Again, inhale slow and deep, love and light. And release all that's no longer serving you. And as you continue to breathe, I call on highest light guides, angels, ancestors, healers, teachers, wise ones, and ascended masters. I thank you for this gift of service. I thank you for these beautiful souls. I thank you for allowing me to deliver a message from you to them that serves their highest good and mine, to help them on their journey of awakening, remembering who they are, and saying yes to their purpose. Thank you, and so it is. And so let's just go ahead and take a few more breaths. Inhale through your nose. And release. And as you inhale, just feel your crown opening and feel that warm golden light from the cosmos entering into your crown, traveling down to your third eye, down to your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral, and your root. Allowing that warm energy from the divine to travel down into your feet, and allowing your feet to feel roots growing from the soles of your feet, penetrating the earth, traveling down to the center of the earth, and just feel that connection between you and Mother Nature, Mother Earth. Allow that energy to flow back up and out through your crown, connecting to the cosmos, and just allow that energy to generate back and forth, up and down. Allowing yourself to feel more connected to your highest source of power, more connected to source, more connected to self, more connected to the earth. And throughout the day, as you breathe, just continue to breathe in love and light. And as you exhale, continue to release all that's no longer serving you. Okay, let's take 2 more breaths. Inhale through your nose. And release. Last one. Inhale through your nose. And release. Okay, so how are you feeling? How are you feeling now? Now that you've released. Quita, do you see something over here? Because this is where he's looking. This is where he's looking, right over here. He keeps looking over there. So let's see. Someone else just joined us over on YouTube. Welcome, welcome. So literally what Spirit was telling us to do was to release our unconscious fears. So for me, I was in the shower, like I was telling you, and for those of you that don't know, Quita is just absolutely amazing. We just met at Spiritual Happy Hour on Saturday. Already feel super connected. Definitely a sister in light. And her gifts are pretty phenomenal. I mean, that's really an understatement. There's really no words to describe her gifts, but I was so in awe of her gifts and so in awe of what Spirit revealed to me about her. And when I was in the shower, it dawned on me, like growing up in like early adulthood, I always had this fear that I would go crazy, right? And even as my gifts began to develop, there was still like this unconscious part of me that was still feeling that fear. Because, you know, when you're receiving from Spirit or when you're experiencing things that really are normal, but we've been taught that abnormal is normal, you know what I mean? To be sleep and led is normal. So when you're really connected and sometimes it comes in really odd ways, that sometimes can be scary. And so I didn't realize I was still holding on to that. And Spirit said, it's time for you to release that and to fully activate. Like, you've been playing small, you've been holding back. It's time to fully activate. And so in that moment, I realized that I still had that fear, and I chose to release it right then and there in the shower. So this was like the significance of when I came out of the shower, Ganesh was like, "Who are you?" You know what I mean? Like, he was like really tripping. So I'm like, okay, what just happened? So literally what I'd like for you all to do, and the part that came out when I said, I don't know why I was shuffling again, and it literally fell out onto the floor. And I said, was that for the group? Spirit said, yes, it's time. It's time for you to stop playing small. It's time for you to release fear, both known and unknown. And it's time for you to really get to work on yourself and on your calling. So, you may think, well, if it's an unconscious fear, how am I supposed to release it? You literally pay attention to your behaviors, pay attention to your reactions, pay attention to your thoughts and your feelings. Ask yourself, how am I operating and what's driving how I'm operating? And then you can also connect to spirit and say, well, spirit, what is this unconscious fear? And if you still aren't receiving, schedule a reading. Let's work together to find out what that is. And once we find it out, we can work together to release it. So really, it's time for you to uncover the fear, because the fear is what's holding you back. And fear is not real. So if fear is not real, then you being stuck or stagnant is not real. It's just a matter of you releasing so you can move forward. And I kid you not, soon as I did that, there were some really amazing things that came through, some really amazing offers that came through. And so literally that fear, it holds us back. It holds us back in our spiritual path, our personal life, and our business. It just holds everything back. So let's see what you guys are saying. Quita said, yes, literally washed your fears away. Dope. Patterns. We don't pay attention to patterns in our behaviors. This is so true. We're so, we think about being a microwave society, a drive-through society. Everything is so quick, fast, in a hurry. And we operate that quick, fast, in a hurry that we're not taking time to slow down and really get in touch with what we're feeling. And it's so important to do that. I've often said, really pay attention. Like, sometimes just sit in solitude and just really feel your body, feel your breath, feel the energy around you, feel the room, and pay attention to really what the energy is like. Because if you're someone who's sensitive, and if you're here, I guarantee that you are, whether you're aware or not. I think by now most of you are aware. But those of you that are new may still be kind of like, well, what's going on with me? When you're able to pay attention to the room and to your breath and to just, the energy around you, you're more equipped to know when something is off, and how we say knowledge is power. When you're able to know something is off, then instead of going into that fear mode, you're able to take the necessary steps to fix it, to connect with spirit. Okay, spirit, now what? Is smudging appropriate? Is salting my home appropriate? Is meditation appropriate? But if you're not aware, then you don't know when something's off until it has a hold on you. And I'm not just talking about low vibrating entities, which is a part of it, but I'm also talking about life in general. A lot of things that create strife in our life could be avoided if we were aware of the energy around us. Okay, so let's see what you guys are saying. Hi, Debbie, welcome. Debbie said, good morning, and hi again. I'm not feeling well past few days. Burkita said, yes. Debbie, are you feeling sick, or is it more of an energetic thing? And while she is responding to that, I'm going to pull a card for us as a group. Ooh, whoa. Okay. I was just told, take them all, but you don't have to elaborate on them all. Look at all that came out. Whoa. We got a whole deck. We got a whole deck in our hands. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. And I know that typically we go a little bit over. Today, we're going to be right at our time because I actually have a meeting right after. So we are going to push through and get this message out. So, of course, the first card was time. We also got dependability. This one came in upside down. Efficiency. When I'm over on YouTube, I can't see, it's backwards. Efficiency. The alchemy card came in upside down as well. So for those of you that aren't aware, when the cards come in upside down, it usually means there's a block there, or it's an area of improvement. And the alchemy card speaks of your magic, your own inner divinity, your own power. So with the dependability, I'm hearing you can depend on the divine. And the reason why efficiency and alchemy came in upside down is because so many of you are still depending on self. So many of you have not really began to know that I can get in the passenger seat and I can allow spirit to drive me. I can state my intentions. I can state what I'm choosing. And then I can say, okay, spirit, get me there. You know, the same way you set a GPS in your car, you're not going to be like, no, that's not the way. Like, you don't have any idea, never been there. When your GPS is talking, you will follow that thing through hell and high water. You are not like, nah, you don't know what you're talking about. But for some reason, we don't feel like we can depend on spirit in that same way. You know, it's because we aren't. I'm hearing it's because we aren't seeing tangible results, but it's not coming through in a way of the results of what we get when we follow spirit and allow spirit to guide us. It's more coming through like we don't see the divine standing before us, you know, and for some of you, you don't hear the divine speaking to you. So it's a little more difficult to take the passenger seat and allow yourself to be driven. And as I'm saying that, I'm thinking of, you know, I believe it was Lexus that came out with the self-parking car, you know, and that's kind of how spirit has to be in your life, like just trusting spirit to park you or drive you. And when you learn to depend on spirit, that's when your magic gets activated. That's when your power is increased. That's when there is no doors or windows or buildings or walls that can stop you, because you become just this super powerful Iron Man or woman that's busting through doors and walls, and you're full steam ahead to your purpose and to your goals in life. Okay. So the surface card came in upside down too. And so this is speaking to you getting below the surface. You know, we were just talking about those unconscious fears, really figuring out what they are. And below the surface means healing those things that are buried. You know, we all have had experiences. This is a part of this human cycle of life. We all have these experiences. And when you're a light worker and you're called to awaken in this lifetime, before you can do that, you got to dig deep and go below the surface. You know, there's things that are there that you aren't even consciously aware of. And that's when the work that we do together comes into play, because then we're going to go deep below the surface. You're going to uncover the things that are known and unknown and heal them so that you can vibrate at the highest frequency and operate at your full, I'm hearing your full potential, your full capacity. And the time card is letting you know it's time. It's time. If you're on the fence, get off the fence. Because you may be straddling the fence, moving forward, thinking you're going somewhere, but at the end of that fence, there's a dead end. There's a dead end. When you get off the fence, then you can branch out and explore and live and grow and flourish. But that fence, you may be moving, but it's not moving you anywhere productive. And let me see what you guys are saying. Debbie said, I had a bad interaction with someone on Sunday. They said some hurtful stuff. I haven't eaten since. I'm visiting at their home. Okay, so Debbie, do you practice any protection? Do you do auric field strengthening protection? And do you do any of that? That'll help you when you do that and you see yourself encased in an energetic bubble that's mirrored on the outside. You can even put hearts on it so that you're not only reflecting back what's sent to you that is not of highest light and love, but you can actually reflect love. Also, doing solar solar plexus protection will allow you to not um, take on things that people are dishing. You know, if you're protecting your solar plexus, Quita said the root. Debbie said, I just pray. Okay, yeah, and prayer is good too, but start practicing some protection, putting a shield up to protect yourself. And you literally do like you're doing a jumping jack. You stand in the power pose, you know, think Wonder Woman, how her legs are apart. And then you're going to just bring your hands up to your and down to your sides, hitting your sides, clapping. And you just keep doing that until you feel intuitively to stop. And then you slowly bring your hands down and you'll literally feel that energetic bubble protecting you. I always lift one foot at a time so that it goes under me too. And then I say, whatever comes to me that is not of highest light and love, may it return to sender or wherever it's meant to go for cleansing. I say that 3 times and I end it with, and so it is. And I have children. So for me, before I end it with, and so it is, I say, and I extend this protection to my children until they are protecting themselves. So do that and see if that makes a difference. And also cut the energy. When someone sends you and then toss it to the earth, do that today. Cut the energy, release, and then just meditate a bit, breathing. And as you're breathing, see yourself releasing whatever energy you picked up from what this person said, and just understand that their words and their feelings, they're reflecting what they feel on the inside, and their perception of you is not reality. So in reality, it doesn't really matter what they say or think, you know? And I know sometimes it's easier said than done, but with practice, understanding where it comes from them, and then seeing yourself as the divine sees you will make it easier to not carry the junk that others give to you. Debbie said, I don't do things to hurt people. Yeah. And that, you know, not that you would be hurting people, but the people that are hurting you. Hurt people. So it's really just time for you to begin protecting yourself and shifting how you view yourself, and then understanding that what they're saying, it's not even about me. It's more about them. You know, we project what's on the inside, and it usually has little to nothing to do with the people that are receiving it. So, okay, let's see. So the next card is Alliance. And I just heard it's time for you to form an alliance with those that are here to serve you and those you are here to serve. It's time for you to begin activating this connection. So, you know, it's been coming through lately. Like, it's been really difficult for me to put it in words. So I'm just asking that Spirit guides my words with how to describe this. It's been coming through that we're a team of light workers, and we are in a period right now where we are really being called to activate our gifts and to really remember who we are and to really get to work with this light work. We are at a pivotal point where there is shifting that's being called to happen now. And so the longer you wait to do the work, to get started, or to go deeper, the longer the shift takes to happen. So, and it feels like, I don't know, like I feel like Power Rangers or like, you know, superheroes when they come together, you know, like, you know, you see those Marvel movies and they're like all together and they're ready to go fight the enemies, you know. It feels like that. Like we're being called to come together, and the light workers that are in our path are being brought in for a reason, because we're a team of light workers. And you know how they say it takes a village to raise a child? Well, it takes a village of light workers to help shift the collective consciousness of humanity. And so if one person in that group isn't awakening or remembering or activating, then it holds up the entire process, because each of us has a role to play. We each have a role to play. Like, I know my role is to help shift the collective consciousness of humanity. I know, Quita, your role is to restore order and replenish. I know Donna, my mentor, she's a seed planter. You know, you know, there's different roles that we play. So, for instance, when I first met my mentor, Donna, I've shared this with you guys before, But for those of you that are new, I'm going to share it again. She literally, I came to her for Reiki, and she was telling me a story about how her grandmother visited her in spirit form, and was like, get to work, do what you came here to do. And as she was talking to me, now this was before I had begun the awakening or any of that. I was still in that like gathering research, like, oh, that sounds like me. Oh, let me check this out. I was in that phase. And when she was talking to me, I literally felt like she was giving me a message. And I called my mom and I was like, Mom, I felt like she was giving me a message, like making me read between the lines. And I was like, I just felt this connection. She felt like my spirit mom, like my spiritual mom, like in spirit form, she's like my mom, and it was really amazing. So I ended up, going through life as we all do. And first thing to go was my self-care. So I stopped getting Reiki, stopped going to Spirit Circle, which is when the Tibetan bowls and gongs are played, and went through all the stuff we talked about on our last Empower Hour, and came back after I went to school and was on my path. And when I told Donna, she said, well, what's been going on? And I told her, she said, well, I like to think I had something to do with that. And then it was confirmed, like, okay, she was planting seeds. And that's what she does. She plants seeds so that we can cultivate and grow. So we all have a role. And Spirit is saying to stress the importance of understanding that you're special and understanding that this cycle cannot continue until you activate your role. It's time to release confusion. It's time to release doubt and fear. And it's time to stop depending on others for information on who you are. Because you're simply the divine having a human experience. There's nothing else. That's it. You are the divine having a human experience. No one has to tell you who you are, because that is who you are. Now, what your human experience is, it differs. What you're here to do this time, it differs. But like Debbie, for instance, with you, whatever that person said to you, allow it to roll off your back like a duck. Because why? You are the divine having a human experience. Everything about you and me and all of us is perfect. It's perfect. It's just time for us to remember. And so it's been coming through like an urgency. Like it is time. And I feel it. I feel how it's coming through, and it's literally time. You know what I mean? Like it is coming through, like the time is now. Stop procrastinating. What are you doing? Get to work. The only thing that's waiting for you are the blessings that you serving brings. And that's that peace. That's that balance. That's that harmony. That's that love that just generates through your soul. You know what I mean? And it's literally you being able to manifest any and everything. So I'm being told to use Oprah as an example. So Oprah lives by the concept of everything that we discuss, right? She's been living by this concept for quite some time. Those of us that live by it, we can recognize those that live by it. So Oprah being Oprah was not just like, oh, she went to school. Oh, she was great at what she did. No, there was a level of manifesting this life, And so for you, Spirit would like you to know that if your goal is to be whatever it is to be, you can not only be it, but you can be it at the level that Oprah is Oprah. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to limit yourself or play small. And I'm hearing and beyond. There's no limits. You get to choose what life you'd like to have. And while you're serving, your power becomes stronger. Your power becomes stronger. But before you can serve others, you've got to serve self. You've got to start there. You've got to heal you first. Like everything that I share with you by way of, this is what I recommend. It's everything that I've done. I didn't just get up here and say, let me start going live, let me start doing readings. I had to first heal. I invested in my healing. I invested in my growth and my development. And when you do that, you peel back the layers and you uncover more of who you are. Because that's the thing with that tricky unconscious. Once it holds on to something, it's there until you release it. So let me see what you guys are saying. Eve said, my role is to facilitate. Yes, definitely, definitely, definitely to facilitate. And when we learn our roles, it becomes so amazing. It's like, oh, that's what I'm here for. When we get that clarity, it's so amazing. And then it's like I'm hearing begin operating with structure. Now, it's really weird because whenever there's structure, it's never like, it's always being in flow. But it's like when you know your purpose, your steps become intentional. That's what spirit means by the structure, because nothing about light work is dogmatic. It's all flow. It's all flow. It's all water. It's all, easy and smooth. Now, with that being said, you will experience things that pose as a challenge, but you will be able to come out of the challenge with a lesson and a blessing. And if you don't fight against the current of the lessons, even that will come with ease and in flow. So let's see, I'm going to check over on Facebook to see if anyone's still there and if anyone's saying anything. Let's see. Hi, Chris. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, Colleen. Hi, Tawana. Hey, Tani. Thank you for joining. Hi, Mimi. Hi, Lakeisha. Hey, Jillian. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here. I'm going to go ahead and share the YouTube link with you as well. So if you aren't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Join us over there because that's where I'm actually reading the comments. They tend to come through more instant. So, and let's see what you guys are saying over here. Debbie said, I don't do things to hurt people. Soul Sister said organization. Yes, organization is key. Eve said intentional structure helps you flow better. And let's see. I can't see that comment. There's like an arrow. Let me see. Okay. There's an order to things. Definitely. Definitely. Now, what we got next is influence. Influence. And I just heard we all have an influence on the shift. We all have an influence on the shift. No one person can do this alone. No small group can do this alone. I really can't describe this feeling. It just feels so good. It feels like more people are awakening. More people are awakening, and it's so amazing. It's so amazing. So what can you do? I'm being told to ask you this question, and I'd like you to leave a comment. What can you do to go deeper? How can you go deeper? What's one thing you can do that says I'm getting off the fence and I'm going deeper? Go ahead and leave that in the comments and let me know what that is. And if you happen to catch this on the replay, do a post in the United Light Beings Awakening group on what that is. What can you do to go deeper, to get off the fence and go deeper, to take yourself to the next level in your awakening, in your service? What can you do? And while you guys are leaving that comment, I'm going to tell you the last card, and it's specialization. Specialization. Okay, and what's the message here? I just heard it's time for you to understand what you specialize in and go for it. And go for it and do it and be it with every ounce of you. Okay, I was just told to tell you about when I first started. So when I first started, I would say, okay, I specialize in spiritual awakening and trauma release because that's what I helped with. I helped light workers on their journey of awakening, and I help you to release trauma. Now, I still do that. But what Spirit told me, I believe it was like about 2 months ago, is that the title Divine Interpreter came from Spirit. And what Spirit said a few months ago was, I interpret messages and methods from the divine to empower you to create and live an abundant life. So with that being said, that includes the helping you with your awakening. That includes the trauma release. And so now that I know from spirit, this is what I specialize in, this is what my focus is, to provide you with messages. At one point, I was like, I'm not even doing readings anymore, and I was doing a group reading in REM, and everyone had their personal reading. And then Spirit said there was a message for me too. And it was like, who told you to stop doing readings? Get back to it. So I still do personal readings, but that was eye-opening once I realized what I'm to specialize in. It gives me direction. So I'm not just, all over the place. And it also allows me to connect with those that I'm called to serve. So I'm just hearing it's important for you to understand what you're here for. You're not just here to survive or to work and pay bills. There's such a greater purpose than that. And for many of you, you have experienced your lesson phase, and now it's time for you to come out of the lesson. You're done with it. You're done with it. If you're watching this, that's you. You're done with it. You are done with the lesson. So allow yourself to release the lesson so you can move into the blessing. But it's just a matter of you saying, okay, I'm done. I got it. Now it's time for me to move into the next step. Let me see what you guys are saying. Faye Love said timeline. Yes, timeline. Thank you for bringing that up. Timeline is a process it's a service I provide. And what it is it allows us to really go to your unconscious mind and release the root of what's creating the discord in your life, what's holding you back, what's preventing you from fully moving forward, what's preventing you from really tapping into your inner divinity. And that was, I would say, the most powerful thing that I did on my journey to heal. For some, it starts at childhood. For some, it starts as far back as a past life. I've done it twice. And at first it was this life that I healed, but then realized there was more from a past life. So doing it the second time, I healed it from where it really started. So it really just depends on where your unconscious mind is willing to go. But the reason Fayla brought it up, I'm sure, is because we were at the retreat, and one of the things that I provided at the retreat was timeline, and just seeing the difference in individuals after the procedure, like be night and day, going from being really timid, unsure, worried, and then just being this confident, like, woo, it was just, and for me, I was literally, as I was watching this person talk, I was sitting at the table as we were eating, and I was tearing up, like for real, tearing up, because it was just so much joy to see how different they were, So if you're someone that has been feeling like I keep moving ahead, but then I keep taking a few steps back, or I can't seem to shake this, or if you are just led, if Spirit says this is for you, then let's connect and talk about timeline, because it's really, really a powerful way for you to heal. So let's see. Quita said, everyone to realize we are each other's mirrors. Often things that bother us about another resonates in one form or another. Self-reflect and make proper adjustments to become best versions of self. So true. So true. I'm so glad you brought that up, because that is literally something that I have incorporated in life. And I recommend that you do this too. When someone triggers you, figuring out, why do I feel what I feel? Why am I feeling sad or angry or doubting self? Like, what are they showing me? So for instance, when I first started my business, someone interviewed me for their podcast, and they asked that I tag their page, something like that. And I didn't even know you could tag a page, right? So when I shared the information, I wasn't able to tag the page, but I shared their website info, which has all of their social media platforms on the website and more, right? So this person literally was like making it seem like I was intentionally not sharing, and people that attempt to hold others back won't get far. I mean, just nasty. And I'm in this mode of, why did she think that about me? Like, oh my goodness, I would never, and I'm feeling like I got to prove myself, and I'm just like, I would, really. And when I took a step back and it was like, why do I feel like I have to prove to her that I am honest and that I am, not only willing to share, but glad to share. You know what I mean? And what it made me do was reflect on the part of my childhood that wasn't healed. And what that was growing up, my brother's father, who was my stepfather at the time, would accuse me of things, and he would force me to admit to things that I did not do. And so to avoid a beating, I would admit to it. And so my integrity is everything to me, right? And when it's questioned at the time, it would just be like, no. And so she was used as a mirror so that I could heal something that I didn't even realize was holding me back. So now if I encounter someone and they make me feel other than warm and fuzzy and high vibrating, I do exactly what Quita just said. I reflect because they're my mirror, and Spirit's using them to help me become better. So in reality, I show gratitude for her for helping me heal just a little bit deeper. So when you do that, it's just tremendous. And Eve and Quita are showing us it was 11:11. What time is it now? Is it still? It's 11:15 now. So 11:11, Spirit is letting us know that our intentions, our thoughts, it's a gateway, and it's going lightning speed from us to the divine. So be mindful of your thoughts and what you're choosing. It's funny because usually when I'm just sitting around and I see 11:11, I literally have like a set of affirmations I am so grateful for, and then I just ramble them off, and so it is. Thank you, because I know that that's going, like, it's even more powerful. So yeah, Debbie said integrity is what caused the problem. And yeah, so you really, really just look at that. If it's your integrity and it's causing a problem, so not about you. And oftentimes when you're vibrating higher, there's energy, there's duality to everything. So just as highest light and love is happy when you're vibrating high, there's also lower vibrating energies that are not. And so people will enter your life to help you vibrate higher, but there'll be people that enter to also help to knock you off and attempt to bring you down lower. And it's important for us to recognize those people also, because they're sprinkled throughout just like the light beings are. So yeah, that self-reflection is really, really key. So I'm looking to see how many of you have left the comment of what you can do today to vibrate higher today. Hi, Lawander. Thank you so much. Welcome. I believe this is your first time. Hi, Bertina. Lawander said, leave my past behind. Good. Bertina said, for some reason, I'm unable to leave a comment over on YouTube. Okay, well, thank you for being here, Bertina. Cynthia said, hi. Hi, Cynthia. Welcome. Jillian said, yes, timeline. This was the most helpful and form of release for me. Go for it. Thank you so much, Jillian. And I'm so grateful that I've been able to serve you. It's amazing. I say for me, that was my everything together has helped, but that was the thing that really opened me up, because we hold on to so much. And oftentimes it's something super simple, but when we hold on to it, it's like, when you have a fear of something, or when you get in an argument, let's just say you get in an argument with someone, or you have a disagreement, and after a while you kind of forget what it is, but it's so much bigger in your mind. And so what we're doing is we're operating from that so much bigger because it just got stuck and it got lodged. And from that point on, the frequency that we're vibrating at is solidifying that belief that we developed as a result of this trauma is our reality, and it's what we deserve. And so we just keep attracting people and situations to make us know, yes, this is the case. But once we release that, then we're in control, and we're then able to truly create without anything holding us back. Hi, Dinelle. Welcome. Hi, Teresa. Thank you so much, Lawander. I'm glad you're here too. So let's see. Eve said it's extremely important to protect your energy as an empath. Yes. Energy vampires. Yes. Um, and Eve said, your memories are stored in your cells and energy never dies. It can only be released. This is so true because, for me, some of you know this and some of you that are new don't, but my issue was abandonment. And so when I first did Timeline, I literally healed the abandonment issues I had with my father and mother divorcing when I was 3. Now, I've shared this with you all before. They were babies, okay? My dad was 19 when they had me. My mom was 20. My son will be 21 November 7th, my oldest son. And I look at him or he'll be 22. I look at him at those ages and I'm just like, they were babies, right? But as a little child, I don't know. My parents are babies with the baby. I just felt abandoned. And so that stuck with me. And so as a result, I attracted friendships, relationships, everything that left me abandoned. Because when that happened, my vibrational frequency changed. I then believed this is what I deserved. This is what life is. And with that belief came a vibration. And with a vibration, it's what I attracted. So I healed that first, right? With the first time I did Timeline, things were getting better. They were getting better. Didn't even realize until a psychic let me know that there was still something there. So did Timeline again. Literally this time I go back into a past life and I was abandoned by a fiance. I was there in the moment, saw it, was able to heal it. And literally what happened was the fiance was sleeping with my best friend. And so that abandonment stuck with me. So because we hold on to cellular memory from every life we've had, I was vibrating at that frequency of abandonment from then. So what I did was I attracted parents that abandoned me. I attracted spouses that abandoned me, friends, and that came from a past life. So it's a really powerful healing experience. And then not only do we heal in that moment, we heal everyone in that moment. And then we heal all the experiences we've had as a result of that single moment. And we replace that vibrational frequency with the frequency that serves us, love and security and trust and, just all the things that will help us along our path. So it's truly powerful. Eve said, that's why I've been meditating more to release. Yes, meditation, oh my goodness, it's key. It's key every day. Every day. If you don't do anything else for yourself, meditate every day. That's how you connect to the divine. That's how you connect to your highest source of power is through your breath, And you'll begin to receive guidance. Let's see. Eve said, Timeline is a great way to retrieve the bits of your soul you left behind when those things happen to you that truly hurt you. It is very true. Very true. Queen said, I want to do Timeline. Eve said, do it. Yeah, I would say that is something. And, and this is the other thing, how spirit works when we talk about really knowing what we're here to do. At one point, like it's not even on my site anymore. And this week I'll be adding it because at first I was like, well, I'm not going to do Timeline anymore, because it's time consuming and it takes a lot of energy, And so after the retreat, spirit let me know, no, this is something that you're doing. It's a part of your purpose, your calling, and it's powerful. And no, we're not going to let you not do it. So it will definitely be something that I always offer unless spirit tells me otherwise, which I don't think that'll happen. But yeah. So I know some of you are new and some of you are new to the group and are new to our lives. And before we close everything out, I like to invite you to provide me with your email if you have not already. You can inbox it to me unless you're comfortable leaving it in the comments because I will be sending out things to you soon. I don't like to get emails all the time. Like I'm on people's email lists and sometimes I get emails like 2-3 times a day. I'm not that person. It annoys me. And I don't even read it. But periodically, I'd like to send you different things, different tips, let you know what's going on, and just, whatever spirit guides me to send at the time. So if that's something you'd like to be a part of, make sure you get me your email address. You can either inbox it to me. I did install Messenger. Those of you that have been around for a while know that I usually don't have Messenger installed, and I'll look at it from the laptop. So send that to me, and then I'll definitely make sure that you're put on the list so that you don't miss anything and that you're kept in the know and that you receive those freebies that I like to send out from time to time. Hey, Gloria, welcome, welcome. We are actually about to wrap things up, but before we do, does anyone have any questions? And Naya, we miss you. I know you're going to catch it on the replay. I just noticed that you're not here. So let's see what's going on over on Facebook. See if you guys have any questions too. Perfect, Melissa. Thank you. Thank you, Lawander, for leaving your emails. Hi, Vanessa. Vanessa said, staying present in what keeps me at a higher vibration. Yes, 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 yes. Hi, Sharmika. How are you? So yeah, awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. I tend to be in this state of excitement because I feel energy before things happen. Like I'm feeling it before it actually shifts. And I've been in this place for a while. And then literally it's like stronger now. Like it's like, there's good stuff about to happen for all of us. It's just amazing. I'm a goofball, guys. Don't judge me. You have no idea how goofy I get. But it's just really exciting. And you'll be able to really tap into that energy of great things coming when you begin to just say yes to your calling, say yes to your service, say yes to your healing, say yes to you, and as we're talking about saying yes to you, make sure that you tap in with your soul before you say yes to people. As light workers, we're givers, we're servers, and sometimes we give to the point of it hindering self. We give because we're givers by nature, but it's not always what feels good. We just do it because, I love you and I'd like you to know that. But what I'd like you to do is to stop doing that, to check in with your soul and ask your soul, does this feel good? Is this something that my soul is saying yes to? And if it is, great, do it. If it's not, no, say no. We had this talk last night on our RIM group session. No is a complete sentence, just no, thank you. Not going to be able to do it, but just allow yourself to be authentic to who you are. Be authentic to who you are. And that means being in touch with your soul, because then you'll start to build resentment after a while. Because after all, we are the divine having a human experience. So we have human parts of us that show up from time to time. So, and that resentment is actually low vibrating. So okay. So I was just told to, I literally heard, let's set a goal to vibrate higher this entire week. Vibrate higher this entire week. So what that means is being very intentional, meditating every day this week, every day, at least once a day for at least 5 minutes. And just whatever thoughts come, acknowledge them, think them, push them away, and continue to focus on your breathing and being very aware of your vibration. And also, if people come to you, pay attention. People come to you with low vibrating energy, just, release it. Don't allow it to penetrate your spirit self. Allow yourself to vibrate higher. Vibrate higher. Let's do that this week. And if you have not listed in the comments what you can do today to get off the fence and to be the best version of yourself, go ahead and post it in the group. Post it in the group so that everyone can see and feel encouraged by your post. And even if you did leave it in the comments, post it in the group too. And let's see, Gloria said, yes, 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 I'm ready to listen and perform. Yes, it's time. It's time. We're the only ones holding us back. Some of us, and I can raise my hand and say, I've been there. Some of us, we fear greatness. It's like, we're not even aware that we fear greatness. Why? Because why do we fear greatness? It's because for some of us, all of our lives, we've been told that we aren't great, or we've been taught that we aren't great. And it's not always through parents or teachers or people that are close to us. Sometimes it's through the media. Sometimes it's just, being in an environment where we see people failing, and so now it's time for us to really release that and get in touch with who we are. We're divine. We're in there like swimwear. We're great. So tap into that, okay? Tap into that. So I'm going to do one more check over on Facebook. Hi, Anna. Welcome. Hi, Michelle. Oh, Danielle said, speak my truth. Great, great, great. Melissa said, I woke up listening to your channel here. This is setting my heart on the right path today. Thank you. Thank you so much for allowing me to serve you. I appreciate it. Um, let's see. And really quick, before I log off, I am going to pull one more card for you all. And I'm not going to like give you a message with it. I'm just going to pull the card, and it's going to be for you to reflect on it on your own and receive whatever you receive from Spirit, okay? Take that one. Okay. Ah, look at that. Unity, unity, unity. And okay, I said I'm not going to elaborate, but what I literally just heard is you found your family in light. Unite, unity. And still tap in and see what this means for you. And look at that world. Look at that. She's holding the world in her hands. You know, there's a lot of solar plexus, sacral, throat. I mean, literally all the chakras here, but lots of solar plexus and sacral. You know, tap into your power. You're holding your world in your hands. You have the ability to dictate what you create. You know, the world is not something that forms you. You form and shape your own world. But before you do that, you got to tap into your power. So thank you, Eve. Eve said, great live. Thank you for being on. Thank you so much. So, yeah, amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and go and hop on this meeting that I have. But also, I like to know how many of you are in or near the Atlanta area. If you're in or near the Atlanta area, just leave a comment or post on Facebook and let me know. I have a reason I'm asking that, but I'll let you know what it is a little bit later, okay? So thank you all so much for joining. I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance. And if you haven't checked your general reading for the horoscope on the YouTube channel, make sure you do. And again, fire and water are uploaded for the love signs too. So take a peek and leave comments and thumbs up if it resonates, okay? I love you all for being you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.